All right, this is an unboxing and review of the eufy Clean RoboVac G32 Pro that we just got at Walmart for my wife's birthday and I guess for Christmas as well. My wife said that she wanted a RoboVac, and this brand came up pretty good in the reviews. It was second highest in the Consumer Report reviews for this brand. And it also received the Consumer Reports Best Buy, the brand items did. So I'm expecting that this one, which is a brand new model, which wasn't on the reviews, probably works as good or better than the other ones. So let's do the unboxing, see what we've got inside. I'm going to have to charge this thing up before we use it the first time, like any electronics battery powered item. Ta-da! Okay. Wonder what that is. Just a protection, maybe? The book, starter guide, or whatever. The vacuum itself, which has this low profile. They were saying that this low profile is really good to get under things. That's one of the comments that I was reading about these. I'm not sure the proper pronunciation of this. But, oh, okay, the vacuum bottom has this this type, which I understand that would be better than those others, I suppose, in the front controller. Oh, and mirrors. They're already a little dirty to begin with, or whatever, magnets or mirrors or whatever those are for that. And some sensors. Okay, here's the top of it. Oh, turn it around. Okay, so these are just shipping items to keep it working, little rubber pad things for the front bumper that goes in when it runs into a wall and such. In the bottom, I can see that is just going to go on there somehow, on here somehow, to do the wall brush, side brush. What is that? I don't think it's going to take anything special to put it on there. Don't see anything special about the inside of this thing for plugging it in. Don't know why that is like that. I think all we have to do is put it on. Okay, there, that's on. I guess now we just have to charge. Oh, these are the charging. These are the metal contacts for the charging. They're not actually mirrors. The sensors are right here, I see. And then the front bumper. This is the upside down view of it, by the way, just so you know. And okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I didn't see anything about needing to open the batteries. They're usually not connected the first time. Okay, this on the back is the catcher, the bin that it goes into. Slides out with the click of the lever there, pretty easy. And then it all gets put in here. I see there's an air filter in here, so the stuff goes in there and gets dropped in this little bin, and then the air comes back out this direction being filtered. And it seems to open too, though I don't know if I'll do it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Open so you can see the filter. Air dry the filter after washing. So pretty easy to get into. Make sure that's closed up again. Put it back inside. What do you see in there? Nope, just the air vents and such, so that's fine. Okay, I think we're ready to put it on the charger right here for now. Uh-oh, the door wanted to open. I don't know anything about that, what it is. Maybe, oh, this is what was holding that in. Some kind of rubber piece or something. Okay, so inside the box we have this thing, which is organized wires and power cords. Oh, okay, so this is just a wraparound to organize wires. A cleaner brush, with the razor blade, so you can cut off those hairs that get stuck inside the thing, as well as this type of brush and this other type of brush on the other side. I'm glad they stuck that in, because getting hairs off of those spinning things is a pain. So that'll help out with that. What else do we have? So we have this, which clearly is the front spinner thing that goes on the floor and spins around. The thing that I don't know. I guess that's for the corners, to get the corners and bring the stuff in to the inside. All right. The charging base unit. Take that out of the box, the bag. Apparently this model does not have the bin for emptying out. Charging unit, plug in the back. All right, and of course the power unit. I can see this is going to go together pretty quick here to get this thing charged up for its first use. Easily right back here on this thing. So that part's good. Oh, I suppose this is for holding the cord, the extra cord, maybe even carrying it around when that is. Okay, this is the charging unit. The light is on, so we're good with that. The ball goes forward, contacts in. Just roll it into place.
Charging.
Okay, says it's charging. So now we get to leave it till it's charged. This is things you can't do. It's got all these exclamation points here. Clearly it doesn't like outlets with a bunch of electrical cords laying around, so it doesn't like. Here's fringes on rugs. It doesn't like fringes on rugs. Here are chairs that are just the perfectly wrong height that it'll get stuck, I guess. So better that they not be that perfectly wrong height. Here is, looks like water and water droplets. Water on the floor and raining water is what it shows there. This one, my wife thinks this is a scale for weighing. Apparently this thing doesn't like to be weighed either, just like women. They don't like to be weighed, apparently. Can't see the the weight. And this one clearly, don't put it above stairs, because it will go over the stairs and do all kinds of damage. I wanted to show you another one. That's this. It says place this piece, the charger, against the wall, and this shows give it 3 feet on the left, 3 feet on the right, and 6 feet in front. And it says so that it can find its way back there and not get stuck finding its way back there. So obviously you can't be using this in too tight of a quarter like your little RV, for example. I had initial problems getting the program to link up to the eufy in the app. It was a little confusing. Had I understood it properly, it wouldn't have been so confusing. So it ended up taking an hour instead of seconds. But now we're ready to get this thing started. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. It says fully charged. Now I think we push this play button. Oh, it started moving. So I guess it's cleaning now. Oh my gosh, it unplugged it. So it came over and knocked over the shoes. Not a big deal, but that's just how it works.
Oh. Oh my gosh. No way.
Come out wherever you are.
Oh no.
So you can see.
It's in here, darling. Stuck underneath. Stuck. Help.
I want to see what he does. See if he makes it out alive.
Why he's really like over there?
He's stuck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, I think it needs too much supervision for our house. Our house is maybe just a little too cluttered or not the right furniture. It didn't like our couch. We're not going to sell the couch. So unfortunately, this is not going to survive in our place. So we are going to take it back just because we don't have an open enough area to use it with the right type of furniture and all the other stuff. So before we do that, however, let's take a look and see how much dirt it's got in the back, just to find out about this. Okay, open that thing up. Open this up. Oh, look at that. So there's all the dirt that it's got and all the stuff in the filter and in the thing. I think we would have been better had we vacuumed the whole house first before we tried to use this, but I'm afraid in our house it just doesn't do the deal. So that's the end. In our final evaluation of the eufy RoboVac, I believe it's a G32 Pro, if I remember from what I said at the beginning and was on the box that you saw at the beginning. I like it. It would be useful. This is my summary of it. It would be useful in an open, completely tidy place that doesn't have any wires on the ground, that has the perfectly sized furniture, that it won't go under, or it can go under but it won't get stuck. In this case, it got stuck under our couch, our sofa, our divan, where there is a bar that is integral to the sofa underneath it that it got stuck on and was never going to come out by itself. I was hoping that it might back up and turn around and come out, but it never did. It simply managed to get itself even more stuck in there. It didn't like any wires. It didn't seem to have a problem going over the throw rugs in our house. So I was pleased with that. That was great that it went over the throw rugs, even when the throw rugs got turned over a little bit, like the corners got turned over or something. I like that. It seems like its cleaning ability seems pretty good. I was impressed by the amount of cleaning that it had done and how much it had picked up. It seems to truly have some amount of vacuum power. It wasn't loud. It was very quiet. Definitely no louder than, and I would say less loud than a remote control car that you drive around on the floor. You know how much noise those make? Well, this was a bit below that. And other than that, I think a lot of the device, it has good electronics, good brain stuff, but as far as in my own house, no, it's just not going to work for us. So we will be taking it back, as we just got it a couple of days ago. Okay, thank you, and I'm glad you watched our video.